Where the internet gave everybody a voice, the Internet of Things is creating this conversation. So as you walk through a city, you carrying a sensor, which is your smartphone, are going to start interacting with beacons, with signage, with infrastructure that is both getting information from you in a helpful way and giving you information in a helpful way. And in that way, if you're a couple of blocks away from your subway, but you already know that it's 10 minutes away, you can stop and consume something. You can stop and actually interact with what's going on, as opposed to walking down in the heat of a subway and sitting there and waiting. So cities have all these distinct pieces of information. It's just putting them together, packaging them in a way that people actually can consume it. And that is what we're helping them do. So I think in terms of where we are with the Internet of Things, we're still in the infancy. We've been at it for 5 years, but it's just now that the infrastructure is there to support it, and the monetization is now understood well enough to support these use cases. I think where we're going to see exponential growth in value is around the new applications that start coming in. In Barcelona, they have sensors attached to trash cans, which save money on every single time a trash can is full. That's when they roll to go empty the trash. It's incredibly powerful. Take those trash cans, take the lighting that now has sensors attached to it, take the transit, which can now be finely tuned to exactly when people want to use it, and start then using that data on a daily basis to give back to people in a helpful way. That hasn't happened yet. The data flow is still slow. The learning is there, but it's slow. When it turns the corner and the applications are strong enough and robust enough, you're going to talk about the ability to send somebody an alert in terms of how they commute, how they spend their day. You can make daily changes as a city that really reduce traffic, that improve transportation, that change quality of life. And that is going to be a sea change in a very, very positive way. The days of having just flat, untargeted, not hyper-local content are few, and they're dwindling, because the mobility piece gives you the ability to target something that actually helps you right now. And so I think that is the biggest piece that mobility brings, and it's going to change the way everybody interacts over the next, actually from now and forever. I think consumers are very smart now. They're informed, and they know that they have data, and they are interacting in a way that brings value to a lot of companies. If they're not getting the same data, they're not going to play the game. And so that's the key, is I think you, as a company, you have to think, how can I provide at least as much help as the data that's coming back to me? And that is absolutely key, because I think if you don't do that, people quickly opt out. And if you're just selling them stuff, if you're just targeting them with information that's not helpful, see ya, they're gone. If you give them something of value every single day, they will absolutely come back, and they will absolutely become supporters, and strong supporters. So it's very much a consumer-driven world from here on. Exciting thing about this event and in general is we were the pioneers, not the only pioneers, but we were the pioneers of the Internet of Things, and specific to smart cities 5 years ago. And so we've seen now a sea change where first big companies came to this space, the Ciscos and the IBMs and the GEs, and they started to see the potential there. And then we saw the cities come, because they saw the value in some of the engagement. And so we're seeing now more and more cities engaged. I think the last key piece, and this is why this is such a fun time, is that the brands are getting it and the agencies are getting it. So they understand the power of really connecting with somebody as they walk through a city and creating this bond. And so this event has been, it's a nice proof point for us.